Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are. I'm Stephanie Barnes, and this is my co-host.
Simo Rodrin. And it's very summery and almost no, well, it's not hot. It's not a heat wave. It's like 23 centigrade. It's nice summer weather, sunny summer weather in Finland.
Oh, that sounds lovely. It's stupid hot here in Southern Ontario. Um, it was 23 when I got up this morning, and with the humidity, it already felt like 28, and it's going up to 37, I think, today with the humidity. I'll be feel like it's in the 40s. So yeah, I'm staying inside in the air conditioning. I've gone out and done the things I already need to do outside. Um, so, but I thought today we might start with a guided visualization, just because I've been up since 5:30 and I need to take a breath. And so I thought maybe some of Simo, I thought you might like that, and I thought whoever has joined us might like that too. So yeah, so I'm going to start off with a guided visualization. So I invite you to get comfortable, to take a slow, deep breath, and close your eyes. Picture in your mind's eye a small and delicate flower floating gently inside your skull. Just behind the bone of your forehead. Notice the flower's color, its shape, the pattern of its petals. Let the flower drift slowly downward. Gliding gently down your throat towards your rib cage. Drifting down and down between your lungs, downward, gently downward, coming to rest in the lowest place in your abdomen. The place where your breath reaches when you breathe fully and deeply. A quiet touch of color deep in the darkness of your abdomen. Hold the flower there. Hold it. Hold it. Now let it go. Let the flower vanish. But stay focused on the place where it was, deep down in the dark center of you. Focus on the darkness. Now, when you're ready, and only when you're ready, open your eyes and come back into our virtual room. Okay, that was a nice pause. I collect myself, ourselves. I don't think we do enough of that.
Yeah. Yes, I do agree. We should do more.
Yeah, it's yeah,
Interesting how many things can happen in your mind while doing that.
yeah.
My dog started barking outside. I had to close the door, but it actually didn't interrupt the flow.
Oh, that's good.
Just have to take care of that.
Yeah,
But but yeah, it's interesting how many meta levels there are. Like, checking that. Oh, that's interesting that I imagined a flower so delicate and imagined it so carefully that it actually tickled my throat while it went there, and I almost had to cough.
oh,
And
interesting.
I was like, "Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
There's no flower there." My body reacts like, I have to get that out of my system.
Your body thinks there is. It's funny, is I do that one all the time with people in groups. And it's funny because I imagine the same flower every time.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
Yeah. It's a little purple flower with white stripes every time. So I don't know why it's that color, why it's that flower every time. Every time. And I have probably done that visualization hundreds of times at this point. So yeah, that's funny.
And it's funny that I had one flower in my mind, but then I switched it to another.
Mm,
Ah. Oh, so many things
yeah. Yeah.
AI wouldn't do.
No. No. No, AI can't have that experience. Um, can't do that. So yeah, it's one of the speakers at the Knowledge Summit Dublin talked a bit about making space, and and it's a Japanese term called ba, and I'm not going to do it justice because but it's about making space for knowledge sharing and creation and this idea of space. It's yeah, it's like I say, it's not. I'm not going to do it justice. The proper definition, but that's what it's about is making space for reflection, for contemplation. Certainly, I think for me that's part of the knowledge creation and curiosity is taking that breath
Mhm.
to the what am I supposed to be doing now? What's the problem we're trying to solve? What tools might I need? Is this
Yeah.
a problem I could give to AI and make it easier for myself? Do I want to make it easier for myself? You know, there's stuff there's problems with that. And
Well, I think what you're now talking about to me, I was just thinking of critical thinking.
right.
And, and actually, I think we should need a new term, like deep thinking, or like the feel of thinking, or intuitive thinking, or
Yeah.
because it's like, I think we would benefit from thinking about thinking more now when AI is coming and has come already, because it's like it's many things at once are circling in my head. It's like, because it's AI is giving us space, but what do we fill that space with is interesting. And I would love to see a world where we would, you know, go to this kind of direction, that, make that space an inner space where we could, explore our intuition, our gut feeling, our emotions, our do I need that really? Or what does it mean if I need that? What does it tell about me when if I really need that? And kind of a reflective space, reflective thinking.
Yeah.
And the cynic in me says that, well, dream on. That's not going to happen. We're just going to be burdened by more tasks to.
Well, and a lot of people are uncomfortable with the silence, with the space, right?
That's
We've
true.
become accustomed to doing, going, always being in motion, in part because of the technology, not necessarily AI, but the phones, because
Yeah,
and
dopamine.
and we talked about this a bit a couple of weeks ago, or maybe last week, a couple of weeks, I'm gonna say a couple of weeks ago, about being bored, um, and the importance of being bored, um, and having that space. Boredom comes when there's space, when you're not filling it with things.
And
So
boredom is kind of the first step to meaning making, to really, or if you think of like creating values,
yeah,
like what would be meaningful if I would, start doing something, what would be something worth it,
yeah,
worthwhile.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Boredom is kind of a friend. I'm kind of enjoying every moment when I feel like, oh, I'm bored. I think that's a wonderful state uh,
Yeah,
to be in.
yeah,
It's very creative.
yes, yes. Creativity definitely comes out of that, out of
Yeah,
boredom.
yeah.
So
Oh, I got nothing to do.
excellent. I love those days. I start to paint, or I bought some wool recently, start to knit. It may take me forever to knit the scarf I'm planning to knit, but I know, yeah, that's for boredom, to keep my hands busy. But it's very meditative.
Yeah,
So,
I keep thinking I was like actually cleaning up my nightstand, night table,
mhm.
because we are rearranging our bedroom, and I found strange stuff inside, like decades old poems I have written as a young adult or teenager in my night drawer.
Oh,
I mean, why have they ended up there? Because I didn't kind of know they were there. And now I feel like I saved them. I didn't, relocate them. I saved them there. And there's a meaning to that. I must, take time and, read them through. I actually leafed through
yeah,
some of them.
yeah.
And I was mixed with having mixed feelings of, compassion for the younger self and a little bit shame and like, oh my god, and it is really interesting.
Yeah.
And I have a small book, a notebook there to its title is nightly thoughts or
Mm.
something like that. Its meaning was that if I have trouble getting sleep and
Oh,
there's things circulating, it's like ideas coming,
yeah.
I would write them down, but I didn't remember I had it in my drawer. So that's about that. I don't know,
Did you
but I
share your
saved
poems?
them. Mm.
Did you share your poems with anyone, with your wife or anything? Or just put them back in the drawer?
No, 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 not actually. No, no. We were kind of like we were busy doing stuff. We
Okay.
didn't have space.
Okay.
I felt that
Yeah.
there was no space for that.
Yeah.
Maybe I
That's
should, because there were some of them were really funny.
yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that made me think of a exhibition I did in Berlin when I lived in Berlin with a poet, and paired his poems with my paintings. It was really nice exhibit. But he had never shared the poems before,
Oh,
um, so it was a bit difficult for him. So
oh, oh, yeah. I can relate to that in a sense.
yeah.
I I shared. I wrote. I was a. I won a poetry contest when I was like 17,
Hmm.
18. And then I was like, there was this publishing house that they actually got interested in me,
Oh, cool.
and I had this one of the like established poets in Finland, Arja Tiainen, to coach me.
Wow. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, but nothing came out.
Um,
Like,
oh,
and
well,
I'm if you think of like thinking of thinking, and what's in our minds and what's AI doing, what kind of cognitive processes it's doing, or we are doing, or or capable of. I think I didn't become a poet because I was too. I, I had a too difficult childhood, so I was dissociating
uh,
like the real stuff, the meaningful stuff.
right.
So I couldn't open up to kind of use the personal content to mobilize that kind of that authentic content.
Yeah.
I knew how to write poems, and the form was good, and rhythm and the use of words, a vocabulary, that's good, but it was kind of empty. It was like AI would have written that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Nadia. I'm sorry if I
Nadia.
Nadia.
Yeah. Yeah. Nadia and I talked yesterday.
Nervous system of people. How are we changing? Well, if social media has already done stuff to our nervous system and we are worried about that, well, AI is not it's different.
I think the worries that what it's doing to us is on a higher level, because not from notifications and the fear of missing out so much as the fear of our jobs going away, or fear of yeah. I think there's a lot of fear around it, concerns about privacy and that kind of
Mm.
stuff. So I see I now I have no research to back me up. I could, you know,
I think I think we I think we will know in a decade or two.
yeah, I'm not sure it'll take that long. I think I think there's some impacts with, and we were talking about this before we got started, the entry level jobs disappearing, and how are we going to learn how
Be
the
an expert in the
yeah,
future.
how are we gonna what's the next generation of experts look like if they haven't got the first rung on the ladder, you know?
But if one of the things that social media did is it hooked our brain on dopamine,
Yeah,
like short, like easy dopamine shots.
yeah,
AI is not exactly doing it the same way, but it's but in a way, it is being very like polite, almost empowering in its way of speaking to us.
Yeah, yeah,
Usually.
yeah. From that perspective, I think it's more insidious because it makes you think it's your friend, because of the politeness, because it's become like a human. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm forgetting the word I want to use. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it's, people date their AI bots and, have whole relationships with them. And that concerns me. So I think there's a whole mental health thing that's happening there. And just technology in general, people seem to be unable to have the conversations that they need to have because they would rather talk to the AI or talk to the, you know, post crap on social media rather than have interactions with real people. Um, I think about some of the challenging discussions, um, where you learn about yourself, you learn how to interact with people and how to coexist in the world, and
Yeah.
those are being taken away by AI,
Well,
which is always agreeable.
it seems like we can be either scared or hooked onto other people's reactions. Like if we get praise, we can get hooked on that.
Sure.
If we get like rolling eyes, we are kind of like depressed or anxious about that. So originally, like Facebook was hooking us with the thumbs up stuff
Sure.
and I, the likes.
Yeah.
And now AI is making us feel geniuses, even though we are not always that. So
It's fading, right? You're genius for a second because you've looked it up, and AI
yeah,
is giving you
yeah, but AI is kind of like talking to you all the time. Oh, that's a great idea, and that's a good starting point, and let's blah blah blah.
yeah.
But what I'm coming to is that wouldn't it be a good time for us human beings to think of how could we hook each others up by being more solutions focused, being more supportive, being more empowering towards each others, and concentrating on not so much what we are saying, but how do we react when other people are talking. I mean, because that's why people are going away from real interaction to machine interaction, because they can be sure that nobody's rolling their eyes to them.
Well, yeah, they're not gonna be embarrassed because they don't know, or
Yeah, and there's no like, come on.
yeah, yeah,
There's no like, raising faces, raising. Mm,
yeah. There's nobody going, I don't believe you just said that.
yeah, because it's like it seems like people are so much socially afraid of the shame that's or the reactions that other people might have.
Yeah, there's so much. I think this has been one of the things with social media, this looking for belonging, right? Uh,
That's what we are looking for, being human beings.
yeah, and it's made it possible and also separated us at the same time.
Isn't that clever?
Yeah, not
To play on on the basic needs, and to hook people up with
yeah,
those and steer them away from each other's. Well, it sounds like, it sounds like hell to me.
Yeah,
The sign of the times, it's like, I don't know, it sounds bad when you.
yeah, I think it is bad, but because I think we are social beings,
We are.
I know, and the technology is dividing us and separating us and putting us all in our little rooms.
And as you says, it's even more dangerous when AI is kind of mimicking us, and when the robots are combined to that, it's kind of like, I can see a future where people rather talk to their house robots than other people.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. Although it's interesting, there's pushback. There's pushback against the data centers. There's pushback against
Yeah,
AI. There's a lot more talk now than there was a couple of years ago about the impact of it, and concern. And this was one of the things I took away from Dublin and when I was there at the conference a couple of weeks ago. Was that it has people are coming around to the idea that we need to be more thoughtful about this. There are consequences.
yeah.
It's you know talk about the people side of things. So, which was nice because that's what I talk about too, with my radical KM stuff. Um, oh,
Oh, Nadia may strip us of some of our basic humanity.
yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
I'm afraid of that too. That's a possibility.
Yeah,
And 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 on the other side, AI can also help us to be more humane. For example, if you receive an email, you have hard times to respond constructively, that you would like to write immediately, that trip over a knife or something like that.
yeah,
AI could help you to be more constructive, suggesting you more constructive choices of words.
yeah,
I do believe that it's also, there are good possibilities there too, but
yeah. But
but
I
we,
think it's important to be thoughtful about how
yeah,
we're using it, not yeah, not and it drives me a little nuts. Now Google has, you can't just search anymore. You get these AI summaries and these AI crap, and
oh, that's,
I
yeah.
don't want that. I
Oh,
want just search and find me a web page.
yeah.
Search and find me the person.
Can I please use my brain?
Yeah. Let me use my. I don't want the article necessarily. I want to find the person doing the research in this
Yeah.
area. I don't want a summary of the research. I want the person. I don't want these stupid summaries all the time of crap. So, and I think people, advocate. Sorry, not advocate. Abdicate responsibility. They go, oh, well, I asked AI. Well, good for you. So it put together a collection of words based on an algorithm. Did you think about it? Um,
I like Nadia's idea of a governance framework,
yeah,
and I was thinking something along those lines at this right now, is like we, because it all depends on, are we using AI to thrive or survive, as we have in the season, the season one, we were talking about that, amongst other things. So it comes back to us humans, like what are we trying to do? What are we want do we want to grow as human beings, or do we just want to stay as we are and survive the shit? Like
Yeah.
that's that affects how we use AI, that attitude. So we should grow as humans to be able to use AI in a good way, in a way that makes us thrive.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people doubt themselves though, and think that well, you know, and I know this has come up before, the AI said it, or, I found this search result. It must be true. I read it in the newspaper. It must be true. Or I read it online. It must be true. There's been so many things in the last couple of weeks I mean, the world is so crazy at this point. I was going to use some other words, but I'll just say
Okay,
crazy.
okay. Since you mentioned the word crazy, I'm thinking of this study.
Use your imagination. What words I might have used, but that the world is so crazy that there's been a couple of 2 or 3 things that I have seen get shared that are supposedly come from newspapers, or press releases, and then I go and do a search on them, and they're totally fictitious. Some some Somebody's made it up because they thought it was funny. At least one of them had come from a comedian, but it had been shared as if it was fact from a newspaper, a news outlet. And so I was like, I can't believe
I would have
anything.
a question for anything that's watching or listening, is that, have you ever given a task for AI and it produces you an email or a posting or a piece of text, and you just publish it without checking it? Have you done that?
No,
I mean,
because
anyone who's listening, have you? I have never done that either.
people have.
People have.
Lawyers have in court cases and have gotten into trouble with the judge because they've cited incorrect precedents, the
Ah,
cases that didn't exist.
ah,
So yeah, people do. I don't. They Yeah, this is what I mean. They abdicate responsibility. They turn it over to the
yeah, yeah.
AI. It's like, use your brains for a second, people.
Because there's always something that's a bit off. The deeper the expertise is, like there's always something that you need to check. There's always something.
Yeah.
And even though the basic, I'm not, some say that, oh yeah, AI, they promised us a big change is coming because of AI, but where is that change? I spent more hours in my week to fix what AI did than use what it produced. But in my experience, it helps more than I have. I don't have to fix AI stuff more than it helps me.
Yeah. No, I don't either. It definitely saves me time. But I definitely do check it over, and edit it, or throw it out. I had something yesterday that I just threw out and
Yeah,
started again.
yeah.
Uh,
I have most of the times I work with AI. The first draft is something that's total bull.
yeah. Yeah.
Then you had to prompt again, and okay, yeah, and you had to understand why it was bull, what was wrong with the prompt, or what information is missing, or what information is totally wrong, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you got to pay attention to these things. You can't just go, okay, that's done. Treat it like
it's kind of, it always looks good. I mean, it
it
looks
does. And
clean.
and sometimes it even sounds good if you don't
Yeah,
think about it too hard, until you go, no, that's not quite right.
yeah.
But if you just kind of read it and go, oh yeah, those words make sense,
Mm.
Then
And if, for example, I'm doing facilitation, so one part of my work, so I've asked AI to do a workshop, a plan work for a workshop,
yeah.
and like invent new exercises based on a theme that the client needs, and they are usually quite awkward. They are they are they are impossible what the AI is suggesting, but like 1 out of 5, it actually manages to invent something that's usable. If you add something to it, it might work actually quite well.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say the ones that don't work even, is there something salvageable out of them? Is there something that you can take and go, "Oh, well,
Yeah,
the whole thing doesn't work, but that's a good idea.
yeah,
I'm
it gives
gonna
you
take it and,"
ideas.
you
It
know.
doesn't give you a finished product, but it gives you ideas to craft one yourself with the assistance of it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, and if AI has written something. Although I will say it's getting better too, but, um,
There's a question for Rosemary, and you have to translate HITL for me.
yeah, I don't know what HITL is.
Oh my God, Rosemary, help us. We don't know what HITL is. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, let
Glad
me.
to have you with us, Rosemary. Yeah.
Human in the loop.
Oh,
I should know that.
oh. So how do we maintain
Human in the loop oversight.
when getting those results?
I, I think we need to reinforce.
Yeah, I think what Nadia now writes is I think AI is its best when you have a client and you know the needs of the client. You have a text, you have maybe some text the client has sent to us, or notes that you have taken from the meeting, and then you know the client's needs, and then you want to use a framework with those needs. Yeah, AI is good to connect the dots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you have to watch it too.
it was not bad. A good starting point. Yes, Nadia, I
Yeah,
I do agree.
you have to watch it. I have a framework in my Radical KM stuff, and it assigned different meanings to the letters in the framework. So I shortened it to Magic SH, and then it changed the meaning of some of the letters, even though it had the original article and the meanings that I had.
Well, yeah, it does that. It does that.
Yeah, because it's an algorithm. Because it's
Yeah.
an algorithm. So yeah.
And it made a stupid mistake also, because I'm working now with a new company called Alma Novia,
Mhm.
and Claude persistently calls it Almanova
Oh,
without an I. And I'm like, please correct that. Remember that. Remember the correction. And it doesn't remember that.
yeah.
Oh, Kari is asking, like, do you publish your raw thoughts? Those may be a result of your own limited language model. Liminal, limitless. Languages do change when we feel more, since feeling feeds action.
Yeah.
I like that. I did a workshop for university lecturers where it was about teaching with video, like how to make videos that are for the students,
Right.
that are good in many splendid ways. And actually, one of the things that I recommended them was, they were university lecturers and experts of their field. I said, please make a video with a theme that you don't prepare at all. just think out loud
Yeah.
and send it to your students so they can see how a mind of the expert works when given a theme.
Yeah.
And they were really, really actually excited about the idea. I hope they tried it.
That's interesting. uh,
Oh, Rosemary, yeah, I have never sent anything like unread or unedited at all. No, unedited, yes, but I have checked it.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's safer to check because sometimes
Yeah.
it does
It does weird
it
things.
does it could do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it does that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
It doesn't have the judgment, the context, so it gets lost. So
lost in the maze.
yeah. So how do we encourage people to be more thoughtful in their use of AI?
How can we encourage people to be thoughtful even without AI?
Without AI. Yeah, like I am thinking like just walk away. And it's interesting because I keep getting emails from Claude about the Fable, the and they've extended the trial, whatever. And I haven't used it. I don't feel like I have anything complicated enough to use it for. Uh,
Well, I have used it just for ordinary stuff.
okay.
I'm like, it's like, well, well, for example, we have guests coming and next weekend, and I asked the famous Fable 5 to write me a menu for the weekend for 6 adults and 3 kids and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it did a good job.
Did it give you a better answer than if you'd used one of the other
I
models?
don't know, I didn't compare.
Okay.
But it did something that surprised me because it's like I'm a Mac user, so it suggested to me that should I do the grocery list to the reminder app.
Oh,
So
oh,
I can kind of like check boxes when I have bought something. I can kind of like check, take it away from the list. Check, check.
yeah.
And I didn't think of that myself, but it's
Okay.
and it's a good suggestion, I
Oh,
think.
that is interesting. And I don't use one of those apps. I have been. This was in Berlin. I would get behind during the pandemic, um, and get behind people in the grocery store that are using one of those apps, and they clearly don't know where anything is in the grocery store. They're more paying attention more to the app than what aisle they were walking down or where they were going. It used to drive me crazy
Yeah,
because
I
I also have a paper list and
mhm.
I write stuff on it during the week or in between grocery shops
Do
because I
you do you write them? Do you write them knowing the shop you are doing the groceries in, like first the vegetables and then bread and
no,
no, you just write
I
random
just write them. So
because I always categorize them.
okay, yeah, no, I don't, and then so sometimes I miss stuff because I don't pay close enough attention to the list, but I
Mhm.
usually, or sometimes I have to double back in the grocery store, but I
I
don't
uh,
I don't mind that. It gives me extra steps on my step count. So
okay. Well, I have to drive like 20 kilometers to the nearest shop, so
oh,
that's
oh,
why
yeah,
that's
see, it's
why
a 5-minute walk for me. That is one of the things I
but
like about work.
then you don't have to mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and this is why now I'm back to grocery shopping a couple of times a week, like I did in Berlin, because I can, because it's 5 minutes away. Although today I'm not. I could have gone today, and I'm not going because it's going to be too hot. And I'm not going out in it. I'm staying in the air conditioning, but I'll go tomorrow morning. It opens at 7. So, but yeah, but the thing with the AI, it's like just walk away, and I think it comes back to something I was starting to say a few minutes ago. We doubt ourselves. We don't think that we know the answer, or we're overly concerned with having the right answer. But there's all
Yeah.
too many times there's no right answer to things. There's just what works in the moment, or what feels like the right thing to us in the moment. And I think we get caught up in having to be right all the time, um, and have the right answer, without yeah, we just doubt ourselves rather than having confidence that we've done the work, that we've looked up. I think about some of the groups I'm in on Facebook, that it's like, do you think about this stuff before you ask the questions to the community group, or like, yeah, self-reflection is a little bit lacking sometimes, I think. Well, at least from my perspective, but yeah,
Well,
yeah,
yeah, that's yeah, I recognize. I,
yeah,
I I recognize that,
yeah, yeah,
and that is something AI doesn't understand. I do agree, Nadia.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and AI, does it understand time? Because our time is almost up.
Yeah, that's what I just noticed too. No, it doesn't. So, yeah, so our time is just about up. So next week, the next few weeks, I think we're going to have some guests on with us, join the conversation. So yeah, I hope that next week it'll be, oh shoot, I forget who's coming on next week.
But
Oh,
we have a surprise guest
it'll be a surprise guest. So not a
to be
surprise for you,
announced.
for us. So yeah, my mind has gone blank. But
And I love what Nadia just wrote. I was about to say, yeah, and you take the right decision, and that's also because, like, we have different forms of knowledge. We have embodied knowledge. We have, it's like we are built with stuff, with memories, and sometimes our body knows what to do. Some even our mind doesn't.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
sometimes we have the gut feeling. We know what to do next, even though it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's real,
Mm.
and I think it's important to pay attention to the gut feelings, to that
Yeah.
intuition. So
To the different forms of knowledge.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So we'll pick up next week with our guest, and
And we'll see
yes,
where it takes us.
and yeah, see where it takes, as always.
Mm.
Thank you for joining us and sharing your thoughts and joining the conversation, and we'll see you next week. Bye.